Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore, founder of foodtrucktraining.group. All this week, I'm interviewing Lauren and Lori, twin sisters from Double Trouble Philly Cheesesteaks, located in the great state of Texas. I've gotten the privilege to work with these ladies over the last couple of years before they even opened their food truck. And now, 2 years later on, they are growing as a business and as a brand. Pay attention to them because you'll be hearing a whole bunch more from them in the months to come. Let's talk about your own social media. Since we're kind of meandering all around, let's just talk about that. Do you think that your social media has a big impact on bringing new people?
I do. So yes, I do. And one, because every day I always take an account of how many people come to the truck. One of our questions to our customers is, have you ever been to the truck before? And if not, how did you hear about Double Trouble? And so this is where I get my feedback. Oh, I saw y'all on Facebook. Oh, I follow y'all on Instagram. And then finally I caught up with you. So I know that it has a big impact. For me, since I'm the social media person for us, I'm just trying to find a way to incorporate that without taking a whole lot of time. Sometimes the day get away and you're like, oh my God, I need to post, or I need to follow up on a post, or so just trying to get a grasp of it all. It's really a major department within itself. It really is.
It is.
But it does truly have a big impact on our customers.
When you guys post, what does a typical post on social media consist of?
Well, I'm gonna let Lauren answer that one too, because I've just been banned from posting.
Yes.
She was like, I tried to post something yesterday. She said, what is this you did? I said, well, I was taking some pictures. She said, I'm gonna ask you not to post. And I said, okay.
So a normal post would normally be some kind of background. A picture, it could be food. It could just be a food truck in the background. Normally, always our logo was attached. I like to do a lot of the little video clips on Ripple. Then I just found out my grandson, the 10-year-old, just showed me how to do meme posts. So I downloaded the meme posts and I could do little meme posts. Like I have one that's getting ready to go out with 2 cops on it from the Rosenberg, from the National Night Out. That says "Stop by Double Trouble. It's the law."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it always will have the address, the event, where we're going to be, of course, the time that we're going to be there, and then a clip of our app so that they can link into the app for the most part. So that's typical.
Do you have one post that you've done in the past that really got a lot of attention that you can remember, or are they all about the same?
No, I have some. I've had some that has gone bigger than others, but I can't remember exactly like what it was.
I wonder if it was the movie one with all of us. I don't know.
Yes, I did one where I did like this Star Wars movie track, and it introduced all of us. Then like it was a Mission Impossible.
Right.
Clip. And a lot of people stop, and then somebody called Lori from Mercedes-Benz to say, "Oh my God, I love the way you guys represent your business."
Yes.
So some of them are really cute. If I could take the time and sit and play with it, I normally can come up with some really creative things to do.
She's creative.
That's a good point. Being just slightly different than everybody else, because when you scroll through Facebook, you're going to stop at something that interests you, and it's got to be something visual.
Yes.
One of the things that I've noticed, and this doesn't get off the subject much, but people that use the like Food Truck Finder app, that will automatically post for them, but it only posts in text. And since I follow so many food trucks, when I'm scrolling through mine, it will be the exact same format, other than the name is different and the address.
Okay.
So I'll have like 5 in a row that are exactly the same. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
You guys understand this is not going to work, because once I see the first one, I'm assuming everything else after is just a duplicate post.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's got to be unique. And so it's one of the things I have against those kind of location app things. It's basically a food court in the pocket of the person. So they say, I want to go to Double Trouble. So they pull it out and start looking for you guys. But at the point that they pulled out the app, it's showing every other food truck in the city that might be closer to them than you guys are.
Okay.
All you've done is help advertise your competitors. It doesn't
Gotcha.
It's the same with even DoorDash or any of those other third-party delivery systems. As soon as you pull that up, it's got every logo of every other restaurant you can
see,
every other food.
Yeah.
Why would
you be like, oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You guys having your own app, just brilliant.
Yes, it's gonna be great. Yes.
All right, let's talk about y'all's cooking skills. Who's the cook among the two of y'all?
We both are.
Okay.
We are equally good in the kitchen.
Lori's more creative though. Lori's more creative in the kitchen. Like I was like, Lori will take a piece of fish that she's gonna bake or something, and she'll have it all pretty. Lori likes pretty food.
I do.
She's always more about pretty food. I really don't care how the food looked that I eat, as long as it was good. Lori's like, it gotta be lined up, the colors gotta be right, something orange with something yellow, something white, her meat. So she's just real creative. Oh my God, Lori, I tried this with the beans and I took the okay.
But
Other than
Lauren's
that,
Lauren's the family macaroni and cheese maker. So every Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that. And we both can cook a lot of stuff. I mean, we do gumbo. We can both dabble a little. We can both cook. And the funny thing is cheesesteak, I don't consider that cooking. No. I mean, think about it. Right. We chopping up meat and we putting the sandwich together. That's not cooking like you doing all your ingredients and your mac and cheese or making a pot of gumbo and gotta get this and this sauteed and it. So this is fun food. This doesn't take skill. It just takes passion.
We're the comfort food specialists.
There you go. So technically you guys have learned from your parents and your grandparents.
Yes.
You have no formal training.
No.
And you are super successful with no formal training. So
yes, no formal training. No,
that is correct. No formal training. Never took a culinary class in my life.
Okay. I think there's benefits to having culinary classes. There's no doubt about it, but you don't have to have one to be successful. People need to understand that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about your business experience, not necessarily in the food world, but just have you ran a business before?
Yes.
So
both of us.
In 1999, I started a transportation service. Started off being an airport transportation service. Me and a girlfriend that I went to church with back home, her and I started this business. It was Joy Bell's Transportation Service. We started out with 2 minivans, and I think we ended up with 2 minivans, 2 15 passengers, and a sedan. We were doing airport shuttle. We were picking up Delaware. We were living in Delaware at the time, and it was big banking industry. A lot of banks like to do business there because of the taxes or what have you. So there were people flying in daily. There was a big company, Eagle Limousine, that charged a large amount, and they had a contract. But different sales reps, they got a hold of us, and let me tell you, they kept us busy. I could pull over on I-95 at any given time and count $800-900 in my box.
Oh, wow.
So we did that, and then I moved it to, and then of course 9/11 happened. And 9/11 changed my airport shuttle because a lot of people stopped flying. A lot of companies found other ways to do things because people were really reluctant to flying after 9/11.
Right.
So after 9/11, then I did some medical transportation, and then we did some school contracts. So let me tell you, my dad, when I started that business in 99, I ended up going through a divorce later on. My dad quit his job of 16, 17 years, took over the business, and my daddy worked that business until 2016, until he took ill.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And in 1999, we both started different businesses. My husband and I started a commercial and residential cleaning service, which was awesome in Delaware. As a matter of fact, from where our president is from, Greenville, Delaware, is where all our big contracts, that's where all the doctors and politicians and stuff live. And so we started a commercial and residential business in 1999, and that ended when we moved to Texas in 2008. We came to Texas and tried to start it, but the industry, it was a little different than back home in Delaware. So we gave it up and started some other things. So we did both have some business background experience.
It sounds like they were both successful businesses too.
They were.
Tell me about your education.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse by trade. So, and then I've been nursing since 2006.
And I'm a phlebotomist. I went to nursing school, but in the middle of the janitorial service, and college, it was very difficult. And so I walked out of college in the middle of a math test and never went back. And so that's about, I checked on the application where it said had some college.
She was in college for about a whole 20 minutes.
You don't need college to be successful, that's for sure. The thing about education that a lot of people, they love to brag, I've got this certificate and I'm a MDA and all that kind of stuff. All that shows is that you have persistence. That's it. It doesn't make you intelligent by any stretch of the imagination.
None. Right.
And it sure doesn't mean you can apply what you supposedly were taught in any kind of real format. So.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
Let's talk about your signature product. Obviously, it's Philly cheesesteak. Is there a secondary product that you think you could call maybe your secondary signature?
So we do an Italian hoagie as well. Out here in Texas, there's submarine sandwiches, cold sandwiches, deli sandwiches. We have a hoagie. The hoagie is made on that same Amoroso Italian roll as the cheesesteak. And it's just lined with some Italian meats, your pastrami, your hams, your salami, provolone, and American cheese, and then loaded with vegetables, onions, tomatoes, lettuce. Whether you can add hot and sweet peppers. Some people add pickles. And then you top it off with that special dressing with your oregano blend and your oil and vinegar and your seasonings. And normally once you get that and wrap it nice and real tight and it's served cold and the meats are cold and fresh, when you bite into it, oh my God, it's like a second heaven. So that's definitely the second signature. And then we do a little spin-offs. We do that keto for our people who don't eat the bread. Right. We take our same cheesesteak, the steak or the chicken, and line it in a bell pepper with any vegetable toppings you want. And then we do a cheesesteak egg roll. So then we top it off. But I think that hoagie and that cheesesteak is the top of the line.
So if you were to run a product sales mix, Philly would be the top line, and then the Italian would be the second one?
Yes, as far as meals, yeah. It'll be your cheesesteak, your hoagies, and then, of course, egg rolls and stuff, but that's always your side.
The chicken cheesesteak is usually...
Well, the cheesesteak, period, but there's chicken or steak.
Oh.
Is probably the top, and then the hoagie, yeah.
That's a good question. You do a chicken Philly?
Yeah, we do a chicken because some people don't like the red meat or they just never had them. It's like, oh, a chicken cheesesteak, that sounds like it would be good. And so actually on my sales report, as far as sales is concerned, it is the Philly, the chicken, and then the Italian hoagie as far as the amount of those things that we're selling.
So just in real general terms, just to kind of brag on you guys a bit, how many cases of meat would you go through in either a day or a week or whatever, as far as Philly meat and then the chicken?
So chicken, I buy 10 cases of beef to 2 cases of chicken.
Okay.
Pretty much. And so for a weekend like this weekend, we have a couple boxes of meat in the freezer now. And once we're done with you, we're going to pick up 12 boxes of meat because we have a Richmond, Motown or Morton. So it's a big free to the public event that they have downtown Richmond. And then we're doing an apartment complex tonight. And when we make sure that those apartment complexes send out their notices and let people know we're coming, those are big 3-hour nights. So, and we're looking for this one. Lauren's been following the apartment manager's post to make sure he's posted and that the people know we're coming. So we're expecting to be really busy from 5 to 8 tonight.
I like that idea. I tell people you've got to double check anywhere that you're going. Just because they say I'm going to have 1,000 people show up.
Oh my God.
Just on the social media, there's not going to be anybody show up.
Exactly. So we had 2 bad experiences and of going to those apartments without double checking, and people were coming to the truck saying, I didn't know you guys were here. I wish somebody, and Lauren said, well, the apartment people said that. She said, I promise you, I did not receive anything from my apartment. I get anything and everything. And I open my apartment emails. I received nothing on you. And after the third person said that, me and Lauren came home that night and said, never again. If we look 2 to 3 days before and they haven't posted multiple times, we will cancel that daggone event because people were just finding us by surprise. Right. One lady stopped with all her Whataburger in her hand, was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were here. And so now Lauren calls and follows up and she said, I need to see some posts to make sure your people know we're coming because we pay staff and we buy inventory to come to your location. If people don't know we're coming, it's not worth it for us. And so this gentleman for the apartment we're doing tonight has been posting and sharing. And so we believe that tonight should be a good night.
That is such a good procedure. Do you guys get on their email list too, if they have one?
No, I don't think we have. I don't know. I mean, I have his email, like the person I go back to, but not their mass email list. So we need to find out how to do that
in the future.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a great idea. Another good way to know that you're on the distribution list, because they can always cut you guys out of it when it doesn't apply to you. Like if they're raising the rent or something, they can just take your all's name off.
Right. Right.
But yeah, that's a real good tip for anybody out there. Follow up.
Yes.
They're going to keep their word. Don't just assume that they're going to have a bunch of people show up.
Right. Because they'll tell you, we have 1,200 apartments here. And if nobody knows about it, and it's a Friday night and people are stopping on their way home or ordering from their sofa because they don't know we're sitting right outside, then you're doing me no service.
Yep, exactly. Because if they see you after they're driving home from work, they've probably already bought food.
Exactly.
Like you said, the lady with the Whataburger.
Yeah, exactly.
Heading into Thursday, Lauren and Lori discuss the bobblehead effect. I hope you all are learning from and enjoying the podcast. If you are, please consider supporting us and helping us grow. There are links in the description to help show your support, and remember, every little bit does help. Please join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training, and I believe you will find it to be the best group on all of Facebook. If you need help or support or inspiration or just have a question, somebody amongst our amazing membership has got your back and they'll help you out. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.